Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I actually haven't posted on here in like a month, and I'm sorry for that, but today let's just get into what today's video is going to be about. So to starters, I am using a mic for this one. Mic isn't that great of quality, and I don't have like a stand for my mic yet. It's not very good like clipping onto here. So I decided to put it on my Stanley, and I have water. If you heard me swallow, I apologize. But I have blankets, fuzzy socks, my water, my mic, my tea, spearmint tea specifically to help with my acne, and tissues. Because these allergies have not been friendly this spring. But anyway, today is just going to be a little update on everything that's going on with me. It's kind of like a girl talk, just because I don't have that many friends to talk to, and I like talking, so I'm gonna talk. Also, have a candle, light a candle, get your special lights on, and let's just have a girl talk. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is kind of why I haven't been very active on here. Not like I have a huge audience to entertain anyway, but I'm grateful for all of those who are my audience to entertain. Um, so let's start with let's start with end of February. I had lost my job. I did work, I'm not going to name companies, but I worked as a receptionist at a nail place, and I did go to nail school, cosmetology school, beginning of August through the like middle of November, something like that. And like almost right after I got done with school, I got a job as a receptionist on like I want to say it was like November 18th or something like that. It was some Monday in the middle of November. That's all I remember. And I was a receptionist good there for a while, and then they were going to start me on the floor actually doing nails. But then they sent me to do more training as a receptionist at it's their company, but it's at a different location. And so I did the training there, and not even 2 weeks into the training there, they told me that they weren't getting enough customers, so they couldn't fund my position anymore. It's very hard for nail technicians to get jobs in the winter because like no one's getting those sets done. Specifically for I wanted to do was Gel X. Like no one was getting those done in the winter. That was more of a summer thing. For some reason, sorry, my tea's really hot and I want to drink it. I got a text, not a call, not an email, not a 2 weeks notice thing. I got a text on like the last day of February saying that I was no longer an employee there. Like, man, that sucks. But I did have an event to look forward to, which was the CB Ball. Um, and it was great. It was really, really fun. It was the very beginning of November and it was of March, and it was a wonderful event. I spent a lot. Me, my dad, and my boyfriend went. I spent time with my dad, spent time with my boyfriend. The food there was amazing. The music felt like prom again, but it was fine. But unfortunately, on the CB Ball night at CB Ball, my Nana had passed. My Nana on my dad's side, who lives up in New Jersey, all of his family is pretty much stacked up in New Jersey. Um, he had gotten the either a text or a phone call. This isn't something that has been like a oh my gosh, I can't believe it. It's like she's been going through this for a while. She's really gone through this for a while. So we were kind of expecting that night to be that night. Um, so it happened, and my dad did have to leave, but it was okay because we drove in two separate vehicles. I drove my car, my dad drove his. My boyfriend just rode with me. So we knew that someone wasn't gonna be able to drive someone, and it was gonna be a mess. We already knew it was, but we still went and tried to enjoy it. My dad tried to enjoy his time there, but it ultimately just didn't work out. He left, and me and Teddy stayed for maybe about an hour more, and then we just decided that we couldn't do this, and that we left. My dad left that Sunday morning, for New Jersey, and we had the funeral that coming Saturday. Yeah, that Saturday, so a week later. And me and my family, minus my dad, drove up to New Jersey, um, like Friday morning, and we were all supposed to go home Monday, but I decided to stay with my dad that extra day. So me and my dad just tried to spend as much time with family as possible before we went back. And we came back on Tuesday. We got to clear out my Nana stuff, and I actually got some stuff of hers. So it's really nice that I got to keep. That was kind of it for Nana. She was I miss her a lot. I didn't get to see her a lot. Just obviously she was in New Jersey, like 6 to 9 hours away, so I didn't get to see her that much. But it was a really nice service that they had for her. It was really nice. I had applied to over 25 different places, part-time and full-time, for jobs, and I had gotten nothing. I had gotten absolutely nothing until um my mom had suggested to work at a Subway up by church, which is where she works. And so I didn't even really have to submit anything. They just kind of took me, which I've heard like on the internet or on TikTok or whatever, is if a place hires you like without even like looking at your things or doing the interview or anything, then that's kind of a red flag, which I kind of felt that before I even knew that, just because the responsibilities they were having me do there, it was manageable. I am not gonna lie, it was manageable, but ugh, it was like the pay was not even worth it. It really wasn't worth it, and it was a really freaking far drive from my house. Like it was literally right by my church, but my church I go to two days a week. Now it's gonna be three because I'm doing a Bible study there. But like I just did not enjoy it at all. I was there one day and I quit. That's not very. I do admit that it's not a very smart thing to do in this uh, economic situation we're in, as I'm trying to save up to have an apartment in a couple years and saving up to have a car in a couple months. Like, or like buy a new car, buy my own car. Because the car that I use now is kind of like the family learning car. And I have two brothers coming up who's going to be getting their license and their permit. And they're going to be using the car. And I can't be an adult trying to do adulty things while I'm sharing a car with teens. So, I obviously need my own car. So I'm trying to save up for that as well. And it was over 2 months of looking for a job. And I got one at a place that I hated. It was horrible. But now I actually do DoorDash and I love it. I do have to spend a little penny on gas, but with the amount that I'm making, and then just like minus the amount of gas that I'm making, I'm still making like a good enough money to have stable. It's not like the gas is soaking up my whole like paycheck, whatever you want to call it. Like that's not what it is. It is more gas. It really is a lot more gas, but it's not terrible. It really, for what I'm getting paid for what I'm doing, it really isn't that bad. Now that's pretty much what I'm doing. Um, I'll do a little skincare update too, because I have everything here, so why not? So, I made a skincare video maybe like a month or two ago, and I honestly completely forgot to update it, so I'm gonna do that really quick. So this is the moisturizer that I use. It's who, the Bioma, I'm sorry, I cannot read. It is the Bioma Moisturizing Gel Cream, um, triacetamide complex, niacinamide plus green tea. It boosts barrier and better skin. I have tried the the oil cleanser, the oil, whatever from Bioma, and that freaking sucked so very bad. I just think my skin can't. The lid wasn't even on. Oh my gosh, that actually scared me. I don't think my skin can handle any type of added oils. I really don't think it was Bioma's fault because this Oh, my skin is literally freaking gorgeous. There's no filter. There's no filter. There's nothing. Only good lighting and very, very, very minimal makeup. But it's still doing pretty good. For what I've had in the past, it's pretty good. And in the past, like maybe like 2 years ago, I did use this one serum from Bioma, which now that I'm looking back, was pretty good. I just still was using products that made my skin crappy. But now that I'm thinking about it, I actually might want to go back and use this. And then this is the sunscreen that I use. It is the Hawaiian Tropic Non-Greasy Sunscreen Lotion, Weightless Hydration Face, 12-hour moisturization, and SPF 30. I love this. I think my skin, like face, body, um, Hawaiian Tropic. I almost said topic. That's not right. Hawaiian Tropic is literally, I think, one of the best things for my skin. My skin reacts very, very well with it. That's also like the tanning products that I use, which I've been tanning for maybe the past like 5 years, but I've never gone into it. This summer, I'm trying to get into it more. So I'll do a video on my TikTok, which I'll just link right here really quick. Um, I'll do a video there sometime of like a haul of everything that I've bought to try. And for a face mask, I saw a girl on TikTok. I'll at her here because she's gorgeous and I like watching her. She uses this, I believe it's what it is. And I'm not gonna lie, it is a very harsh mask. It's a very strong mask because when I'm done, like wherever I put it will be very red. The next day, oh, my skin just not even looks good. It feels good. This stuff, it is very questionable when you wear it and after you take it off. I'm not gonna lie, but I really like it. I personally really like it. And I also use the Mighty Patch acne things. I actually haven't had to use these as much. I will use it tonight on here and here. No, I just woke up and they were there. There were like no signs before. It just appeared. So I have two new besties. Yay. And I use the regular micellar water all-in-one cleanses, removes makeup, and soothes. I noticed that I get very bad like little dots all over my face whenever I use this on my skin. So I only use this for removing eye makeup and like the gel on my eyebrows. And for that, I also use like just the regular cotton round things. And my face wash, I'm going to insert a picture right here because it's downstairs and I don't want to go get it. Um, I really like this face wash. It's a really, really nice face wash. I think it works pretty good on my skin. It's not harsh. Like I've tried Panoxyl that a lot of people have like sworn by it works. Not for me. I have sensitive skin, which I don't know why I didn't think about like my sensitive skin like not working with Panoxyl when I bought it because it literally stained a shirt that I had, like it was stained, and I was so sad because I was at a church camp that I was volunteering as like an assistant leader, like a leader in training for my little brother's church camp, and I bought a $30 crew neck. I bought a $30 crew neck from there. It might have been 45. I don't know. This is back when I was financially stable, so I didn't care what I bought. It bleached it. It bleached the top, the bottom, and I cried. I actually cried that night. So Panoxyl actually didn't work for me. CeraVe doesn't work for me. It breaks me out. On my video, um, my last skincare video I made, I did say that I used it on like my back, and I said it helped. It didn't. Don't believe me. I lied. I shared a mistruth about myself. It didn't work. Also, spearmint tea has been helping. I try to drink 2 cups now, one in the morning and one at night. And I did buy these new vitamins. They are the same brand and the same like thing that it targets as um the other vitamins in the previous video I made. And those worked, but these for some reason I feel like are making me break out. And I have to go back because I could have sworn I bought the same thing, But then I looked back at the packaging when I got home and they were different. So, and I accidentally threw the packaging away because I thought it wouldn't matter. I actually think it mattered. So, I have to go back on my video and looked at what vitamins I used and what the difference between this is because it is not working. It's probably making it worse. I also want to try zinc again. I want to try zinc again, but my skin isn't that bad, so I don't know if I need it or not. And I have been having a lot of dairy lately, which is the main issue with my skin. As you can see, I've been having a lot of dairy recently because I don't know, it's just it's been a rough couple months. So I've just been kind of indulging in whatever I want. Back on my grind. I'm trying to at least. Speaking of grind, the gym. Oh, back in 2023, 2023 is when I started going to the gym. January of like 2023 is when I started going to the gym. And I was taking the supplements, like the creatine, the protein powders, the protein shakes, protein bars, eating a crap ton, going to the gym a lot. And I actually got a very good physique. It was exactly what I wanted. But this time, I am going for something a little bit more feminine and soft. The only way I can describe it is I want my like abs and upper body to scream Pilates, but like my butt and my legs and everything below to scream gym girl. I hope the girl will get it. If you're a guy or my boyfriend watching this and you don't get it, that's not your fault. You're just a guy. You don't get it. You don't get a lot of things girls get, like the girl math. Oh my gosh, I will never freaking shut up about girl math. I'm gonna get back to the gym in a second, but I want to talk about girl math. Girl math is freaking hilarious. Like, if I buy something with cash, then it's free because the number in my bank account didn't go down. If I return something, then I made money because I sold it for something I didn't use. So I made money. If I spent the money, or if I had money that I was going to spend today, and I didn't spend it today, that means I have double the amount tomorrow to spend. Do you get me? I don't know. But also, another thing that I was thinking of doing for girl math, it's like with my car, is I wanted to put a 2000, like save in a savings account $2,000 before I bought the car. Like I wanted to have, it's going to be a used car. Don't worry, I'm not spending like 50K, 50 grand, whatever you want to call it on a car. No, absolutely what? No, no, no freaking way. So I went, I wanted to save up $2,000 because if I saved it and it was in my savings account, it's not my money anymore. It's the car's money. Like, it's not that money anymore. I can't touch it. Like, it's the car's money. It's not mine. If it's in my spending account, like my like debit card account, if it's in there, then it's my money to spend. But it's not mine. It's the car's money. I do feel like it's actually common sense, but I feel like the way I'm wording it makes it girl math. So like when I said I wanted my upper body to scream Pilates, I want to say that I have very nice triceps. Shall I flex? See if this looks good. No, it doesn't. I guess it kind of does. I don't know. I'd like to say I have fairly. Yeah, it's okay. I'd like to say I have fairly nice triceps. My biceps, on the other hand. No, I don't. So, I just want like very. I don't want like muscular arms, but I definitely want more of like a tone, if that makes sense. And I feel like one of my most insecurities about my body is my legs. So I do want not like thunder thighs, but I want it to be, a little bit meatier. I want it to I still want a thigh gap, but I don't want it like a gap. I want it to be able to like slip a coin through it and that's it. I don't know, it's very hard to describe. And I want a butt. I don't care how big my butt is. I don't need a butt the size of the moon. I just need it to be shaped nice. Cause the size of the butt don't matter if it ain't shaped right. That's a horrible thing to say for body positivity. That's what I say for my butt. It's because I don't have a big butt. I really don't. And I don't think I'm gonna get one. But what I did have when I had a really good physique was a nicely shaped butt. I had a very nicely shaped badonk, if you will. So I want that back. And that's gonna require a lot of hip thrusts, Bulgarian split squats, and RDLs, which oh my gosh. I just relearned how to do my Bulgarian split squats because they were killing my knees. But my beautiful, gracious, lovely boyfriend bought me knee sleeves. I think it was for Christmas, our 1 year anniversary. It was something like that. Don't worry, I asked him. It was for our 1 year. It's for our 2 year anniversary. I'm losing my mind. It's 11:30 at night right now. I'm losing my mind. It was our 2 year anniversary. It's like, oh, what kind of gift is that? I asked him to give me that. Whatever, whatever I don't feel like spending my money on, even if it's a necessity, even if it isn't expensive, I ask him to get it for me. But not like on a random Tuesday. I use it as like an excuse, like, hey, you can get me this for our 1 year, our 2 year, our Christmas, for Valentine's Day, like whatever, whatever the next like holiday or thing we get gifts for is coming up. That's what I say. Hey, you should give me this because I don't feel like spending money on it, but I know I need it. But yeah, and it's gonna be very hard this time trying to grow a dump without having any whey protein. But again, my lovely boyfriend bought this for me. He buys me a lot of things. It is a plant-based, no flavor protein powder. I put it in a smoothie the other day with like frozen fruits, and it actually tasted really good. And I bought a crap ton of different frozen fruits. Like I bought strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, bananas, peaches, mangoes, and pineapples. And the smoothie, I used three different fruits, but it was I don't honestly don't remember which fruits I used. It was like strawberries, peaches, and blueberries. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And it was actually really, really good. It was kind of bland because I didn't add enough honey because I ran out, but it actually tasted very, very good. It still had that like that texture that the plant-based protein gives, but it didn't taste bad. It really didn't. So if I made like a smaller batch, I feel like I would enjoy drinking it a lot. Random switch of topics that has nothing to do with the gym, nothing to do with food, nothing to do with skincare, nothing to do with what we've talked about. But Easter is coming up, and I don't know if you guys know, it's very important that I let you know that I am a Christian and I go to church and I believe that Jesus died on the cross for our sins and he rose again because we cannot get into heaven because we are not perfect, we mess up, and God cannot be around sin. So that is why Jesus came. He made that barrier broken so we could walk across to go see God and go be happy with him. Jesus, on Easter, Jesus rose again and we could have eternal life with God and with him, and that's great. Um, I'm pretty sure that my service at my church is going to be live at the 9 o'clock service. So if you want me to, I can, like in a comment or something, I can link the live stream there. So you guys can go check it out. I do kind of want to talk about my faith a little bit more, just because I know some people are struggling, and this is a girl talk. This is a random girl talk. So there's going to be like 8 different conversations in here that have almost nothing to do with the other. So this is going to be one of those conversations. So I was born a Christian. Here's the thing. I don't want to say that I was born a Christian because, in my opinion, no one can be born a Christian. You have to choose. Your parents forcing you to go to church and your parents like forcing you to believe in God. That's not make like as a kid, that's not you being a Christian. You being a Christian is your choice. Whether you say I'm a Christian at 2 or I'm a Christian at 18, it doesn't matter. If you say it and you strive to be it, then you're it. So, I grew up in a a Christian, a Baptist church. I was there my entire life until I want to say I was like six. I wasn't six. It might have been like seven. Wow, this is really hard. I don't know. I honestly don't. I might have been six. Like six when I left because my dad had to be. Ugh. Whoa. English, please. My dad had to be deployed to Florida because he's in the Navy. That's why we even got to go to the CB ball in the first place. But different topic. Stay on track, please. We had to go to Florida with him because it was like a 3-year thing. Beautiful house in Florida. Wish I could have brought it back to Virginia with me, but sadly I can't do that. And it was really fun being in Florida. And my mom said that we went to a church in Florida, but I honestly have no recollection of that church whatsoever. And when we got back 3 years later, I started going to the church again and believe in God, blah, 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 blah. It was nothing like, God was nothing extravagant to me at that age because I had grown up with it and I had, like, no, like, personal, like, eye-opening experience of Him, like, at that age. So, like, obviously I loved God, I wanted to live for Him, but also it was like, I didn't know anything else, so it was kind of hard for me to be so grateful for what He had done in a way. Don't know if that makes sense, but it makes sense to me, so it's fine. And then I met my boyfriend that I have now, and he was not a Christian at the time that we dated, and I drifted away, did some stuff with him, just did stuff in general that are not deemed Christian and goes against God's rules, and I really strayed away from him for a little over a year. And it might have been like the summer of 2023 or something like that, that I really started, like the beginning of summer, like really early summer, that I really started to get back in tune with God. And it was, I want to say August is when my boyfriend had got me a promise ring. I don't have the promise ring right now currently, but I wish I could show you. It's a gorgeous ring. I love that ring so much. But my boyfriend had got me a promise ring, and I told him that I could not accept the ring unless he started going to church with me and he started to learn with me. I was so terrified to tell him that. I've been wanting to tell him that for a while too. That I wanted him to started going to church with me. And when I told him and he said okay, it felt like this like burden was lifted off me. I was like, oh, thank God he didn't kill me or something. I don't know. He already knew that I was a Christian at that time and he knew that I had beliefs like that, but I wasn't that serious anymore because I had let a boy come in between me and God, which is never okay, but it's okay if you come back and you learn your lesson. He was coming to church with me for a while, and then things kind of fell through a little bit. I want to say the beginning of this year, but like a couple months ago, me and him really talked, and he opened up some stuff about his relationship with his parents, and he was Catholic, or as Catholic as you can be when you don't really believe in what the Catholic Church is saying, but that's all you like knew and you barely knew anything. So like him struggling with the differences with that is pretty hard, and just the reality of things that are wrong in his life that he knows he needs to fix. Um, like it's been very hard for him, and I'm so grateful that God has been able to help me and him through this journey of becoming a closer unit to him, and not just having God for the relationship like for us, but for having God for ourselves as well. Um we had actually been doing very good with that, and I've actually seen in a couple months I've like seen, not even a couple months, even in like that year that I asked him to come to start coming to church with me, even if he didn't exactly know what he was doing, and it was the efforts and this just the results from him showing up changed him drastically, but in so many good ways that I didn't see in him when we first started dating. And it was really nice to be able to see that side of him when I don't even think he knew it existed. I didn't know it existed, but God did. That's why he allowed me and my boyfriend to date, and might have messed up along the way, but as long as it like got someone somewhere, I think it was worth it. And we are actually currently on a break right now. No bad blood between us, no hatred, no hurting. Obviously, hurting a little bit because it's sad, but he just needs time to be by himself, just to like. He's under a lot of stress right now with college and trying to find his relationship with God. His parents are not being very supportive or helpful, but he's trying to help with them. And he also works for them, so just like all these things. And I told him that for you, because you are doing all this for us, and so that way you can succeed in this and with God and with your education and what you want to do. I'm gonna back off. I'll give you like 2 weeks, maybe longer if you need it. You decide how long you need me to be away so that you can focus on what you need, because lately I had been getting a little too needy. I will admit that I've been getting a little too needy with him, just because I've become very obsessive with him, and just very happy and very comfortable that I forget sometimes that I need to be my own person as well. So this break isn't really just for him, it's for me as well, to also be able to be my own person for like 2 whole weeks without him. And as someone, if you are someone who's in a relationship that, not like abusive obsession, but you just like, you feel like you're whole with him and you just don't like how you feel without him, then it probably is smart to take maybe like a week or two off, just so you can like reconnect with yourself, reconnect with God. And I've cried a few times today, even though today's like day 2 of us being apart. We're coming back together May 1st, which is in 13 days. I may be posting this either really late tonight or sometime on Saturday, but either way, because it's 12 right now, it is going to be on Saturday. But in my mind right now, it's still Friday, so just roll with it. And I'm just really excited to come back together with him. I actually might cry saying this. I am very sad and disappointed that I'm not going to be able to celebrate Easter with him, just because last year he was coming to church, but it was this year where he's really like dedicated to it. And this would have been our first Easter celebrating that and him being able to experience it. And he's just taking his time. He is going to a church, but he's going to his old church with his family. So at least he's going to a church. At least he's celebrating with his family. I was just really hoping that I would have had a little bit to celebrate with him. Um, like Jesus and what he did. Bro, this isn't funny. Like, being able to celebrate that with him and being able to celebrate the fact that we can celebrate that with him, it meant a lot to me. But I know this break isn't really about me, it's about him. So just trying to give him the space that he needs is really hurting me a little bit. Specifically with Easter. I feel like if it was any other like week and nothing was going on, it wouldn't bug me that much. But it's the fact that it's just over Easter that like, it hurts a little bit more than I feel like it should. Because I know sometimes I might not act like it because I'm a sinner and I make mistakes and I mess up. But God is a huge part of my life, and being a Christian is a huge part of my life, that finally being able to experience that with the one that you love is such a fulfilling feeling, and it's such a happy thought knowing that God is happy, and being able to just celebrate what Jesus did for both of us, with us. It just would have meant a lot to me, but I can't have everything I want, and it's not. And the Easter's not about me. It's not about us. It just would have been nice. So I just gotta keep that in mind. Almost done with my tea. I want more. This is my mom's mug, by the way. It says hope, faith, love. Oh my gosh, I want to talk about this real quick, just to be funny, so I stop crying or wanting to cry. So my mom's name is Karen, and and she actually has, or she doesn't right now, but she's had like the iconic Karen haircut, and I feel like her having a cup like this that says hope, faith, love is very funny. Just because, like, the Karens are like, live, laugh, love. I don't know. It's probably random. Probably doesn't make any sense. But I thought it was really funny. Yeah, me and my boyfriend are actually just, like, not on speaking terms. Just, again, no bad blood. It's just to get, like, just to give him his time. And, um, we left everything on our social medias up. And we haven't really told our friends what we're doing. I've told my parents. Just I made them clear that it's not like we're mad at each other. It's not like a punishment. It's genuinely, I feel like, for the better, and it's a good thing, so we can improve on ourselves in the future of our relationships. But it just sucks because I wish our future was now. I can already tell that these next 13 days, no, I lied, these next 12 days are going to be like 13. I don't know how to do math. 13. These next 13 days, technically 12 actually, I'm right, are going to kill me. Actually, I feel like it's worse because I know we're okay. And it's because we're okay. I'm like, why can't we just be together now? Even though this was my idea. This is literally my idea. But I think everything's gonna be okay. And I'm just being emotional and dramatic because I'm starting my period tomorrow and it's midnight. And I'm really tired. I actually think that's gonna be it for this video. I've talked for 45 minutes. That's how long this recording is. I don't know if that's how long the video is gonna be. But I love you guys so much. You guys should go follow my Instagram and my TikTok. Obviously, subscribe, uh, turn on the notifications, and leave a comment on literally anything because I love replying to comments. It's like having friends to talk to, and I feel like I don't have that many friends. So, yeah, please interact with this video however you deem, please, and I will see you guys whenever I film next. Bye.